Today I'll be reviewing One Piece episode 839, The Evil Army Transform Germa 66. So before I get into my review, let me just say this. So the One Piece anime has been on a streak of great and well animated episodes. The art has been great, the animation has been fluid mostly, and they've gone without crazy filler and padding for quite some time now. But this episode was next level. 5 minutes for the Vince Smoke's transformation. Really? Not to mention the extra stuff for Big Father, but that wasn't as bad as the Vince Smoke stuff, which was at least 5 minutes. But to be fair, Oda did use a few panels in the manga too. I think he used at least one or two pages, full pages, to dedicating this transformation, so I guess he kind of wanted the Power Rangers theme. He set it up for the anime to do this long transformation thing. But that aside, this episode was really good otherwise, because we got a lot, but a little bit at the same time. So the episode starts with Capone's transformation, which they could have ended the last episode with, because that's how it ended in the manga chapter. The manga and the last episode started in the same place, but the manga chapter ended with Capone's transformation. But they started the episode with this, so they fit two transformations in one episode. So they really wanted to milk this transformation stuff as much as possible, because even early on, I thought the episode was froze because there was a still panel and no audio. And I'm thinking, wait, did Funimation freeze? But no, it was just a still panel with no audio. But we did get a great soundtrack when Capone does change into Big Father. And it was cool to see his cannons pop out and then his eyes glowing and then him firing the cannons. And then seeing Luffy and Chopper fanboying. But after that, we get a quick scene with one of Big Mom's guests from the underworld, the Feld or the Field, whichever way they pronounce his name. And he sees the Tamate box and then just has this back and forth in his head about it's the legendary box, it's the Tamate box, it's the legendary Tamate box. So they were milking that too. I'm not even sure if I saw that in the manga when I read the chapter after. But he sees that, and then we see Katakuri, who takes Broly back, and they extended the scene they added in the scene where Caesar's just trying to run away from Katakuri's grip. They were milking this episode entirely. I don't know who was working on it, but it clearly wasn't the same people working on the previous few episodes. So after Katakuri takes Broly back, the Big Mom Pirates get ready to attack since they all have Mochi earplugs, and Smoothie gets Nami, Oven gets Chopper, and Daifuku gets Carrot, which pretty much spells game over for them. But then we see Sanji signal his father, Judge, to save them. So Judge tells the rest of the Vinsmokes to go. And I'm surprised he actually agreed to listen to what Sanji had to say, but I guess he just feels like he owes him one. So after he tells them go, we transition into all the Vinsmokes transforming into their raid suits, and we get their name on the title, like on the screen and everything. So first is Ichiji, and it's Denki Blue or Lightning Blue, and then Yonji, Winch Green, and then Reiju, which we already knew was Poison Pink, and then Judge is Gardua or Garuda. I'm guessing it may have something to do with wind because it's gray, but not sure yet. But we did see him spin his staff and it created like a hurricane, so it could be wind or gust or something along those lines. And the last person we see transform is Ichiji, who's sparking red. And the sequence, like I've been saying, was really cool, but it was just really long. And midway through the sequence, or afterwards, they kind of repeated the same thing twice. But the Vinsmokes did look great and the animation was great. It also sounded like they had some weird Sonic music in the background. Like, it didn't sound very One Piece-ish. But the animation was clearly a 10 during the sequence. And right after their transformation into the raid suits, we see Vito, who's fanboying because he's been a fan of them since he was a kid, apparently. And the first Vinsmoke we see in action is Ichiji, who punches Perospero in the face. And I like that matchup because it's 1 versus 1, as in first son of the Vinsmokes versus first son of Big Mom. And I know Perospero is older, but I'm really thinking that Ichiji might be stronger. It's also because I think Sparking Red is cooler than Candy, but who knows. The other matchups we see are Niji versus Oven, and then Yonji versus Daifuku. And then another really good matchup I liked was Reiju versus Smoothie, the first daughters of the Charlotte and the Vinsmokes. And I like this matchup too because I was wondering who's Smoothie gonna fight because I don't see Luffy hitting her or any of the other guys. And I know Nami can't touch Smoothie because she's a Yonko commander. And I don't think Nami would be at that level even at the end of One Piece. So seeing Reiju take her on, a Yonko commander, is far more interesting because we get to see the Vinsmokes fight and a Yonko commander who's on Big Mom's side. So while all that's going on, we see Sanji save Nami, and we also see Pudding's face a bit, and she seems to be a bit jealous of Nami. I wonder how that's going to turn out if she actually likes Sanji now. She has 3 eyes, and Sanji has 3 in his name, so you can kind of say Oda set that up, but not at the same time. But their Vinsmoke matchups didn't last long because they all end up going inside Big Father. Or at least I think they did. It's hard to tell because the way it was animated, it looked like the Vinsmokes were locked out. Actually, I take that back because in the preview we see Sanji talking to his family, so I guess they were in and the anime just angled it weird. But afterwards we see Dufald, and that's the name of the guy with the Tamate box, and he plans on stealing it and replacing what's inside. And I'm just waiting for this guy to get an explosion to his face. But that's not going to happen because Big Mom screams, causing the box to fly off the roof of the building. So we probably won't see what happens to it until the end of the arc. And if Big Mom just happens to open it afterwards, she's done. Well, she's probably going to be fine considering her skin is as thick as iron. But damn, if she had opened it when she was emotional, she would have blew up. It would have blew up right in her face. You know what the plan should have been? It should have been for Beej to cheer up Big Mom by opening the Tamate box, and then it would have blown up in her face. But maybe Katakuri would have seen it coming, so it might not have worked. So in the final scene of the episode, we see Capone trying to kill Big Mom again with cannons, but Perospero blocks it with the candy wall, and then Katakuri blocks the cannons with his mochi. And in his final attempt, he tries to run her over with Big Father. And that doesn't work either because, like I was saying earlier, she's an iron balloon. So then he announces to his allies that this was a big failure, and that they're surrounded by her crew and are forced to fight a helpless fight, and they're under siege. So once again, things are looking pretty terrible for the Straw Hats. This is almost as bad as last time. No, this is worse than last time, because last time Luffy and Nami got captured because Luffy was hungry after he finished fighting Sanji, but Luffy could probably beat all of those guys. Luffy probably is going to struggle to fight one of these guys. But this time, on their side, they have half of the Straw Hats, Nami, Chopper, and Brook. Not to mention Sanji, there's also the Fire Tank Pirates. And I guess their crew, he doesn't really have any star players, I should say. He only has Vito and that one other guy with the, I guess, gun or cannon on his arm. And then they have Pedro and Carrot. There's also the Germa 66, and I guess their army, but they're not really up here. And there's no way they get up here in time. And even if they added Jinbei's crew, I don't think it'd be enough to beat the Yonko's crew. But let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. I think it was a really good episode. Aside from the extended scenes, I'd give this episode a solid 8 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and bye.